Well, hello everybody. In the Old Testament, back in those days, there were many prophets, and uh, in First Samuel chapter 3, it talks about Samuel. And Samuel was a great prophet, but when he was a little boy, he didn't know everything. And it's kind of like us when we're new Christians. And see if you can relate a little to this. I'm going to read from First Samuel 3, a few verses. Verse 1. The boy, Samuel, ministered or served before the Lord under Eli. Eli was kind of like his teacher, okay? And Samuel was his understudy. So he was learning the ways of the Lord, Yahweh, under Eli. Eli was the man of God. In those days, the word of the Lord was rare, and there wasn't many visions, not a lot of word being received. Eli was kind of in left field, spiritually speaking. But anyways, verse 2, one night, Eli, whose eyes were becoming so weak that he could barely see, was lying down in his usual place. The lamp of God had not yet gone out. In other words, he hadn't died yet, Eli. And Samuel was lying down in the house of the Lord where the ark was. Then the Lord called Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel answered, Here I am. And he ran to Eli and thought Eli was hollering at him. He said, Here I am. You called me. But Eli said, I didn't call you. Go back to bed. So he went and laid down. Verse 6. Again, the Lord called, Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, Here I am. You called me. My son, Eli said, I did not call. Go back and lie down. Eli was so far out left field, he had no clue what was going on yet. And neither did Samuel. Verse 7. Now Samuel did not know yet the Lord. He didn't recognize the Lord. Didn't know his voice yet. And the word of the Lord had not yet been revealed to him. He didn't understand yet what was going on. Verse 8. A third time the Lord called, Samuel. And Samuel got up and went to Eli again and said, Here I am. You called me. Then Eli finally realized what was going on. It's the Lord that's calling the boy. So Eli told Samuel, Go and lie down. This time, if he calls you, say, Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. So Samuel went and laid down in his place. The Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other time, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel said, Speak, for your servant is listening. And the Lord said to Samuel, See, I am about to do something in Israel that will make the ears of everyone who hears about it to tingle. Tingling ears, boy. It kind of makes me think of those guys on the road to Emmaus when the Lord opened up the scriptures to them. Did not our hearts burn within us? So anyways, Samuel was learning how to hear from God. And we need to get quiet in our lives, find some quiet time, and just be still and know that God is there. And listen for that still small voice, as it says in 1 Kings 19:12, which I'll read real quick. It says, and he said, Go forth and stand upon the mount before the Lord. He's talking to Elisha. And behold, the Lord passed by, and a great strong wind rent the mountains and broke in pieces the rocks before the Lord, but the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. That's what we're listening for, the still small voice. So just be still and know that God is God, and listen for that still small voice. It's there. Love you.